Hi, scrapbookers. This is Megan, and I am back today with another Victoria Marie challenge. For this layout, I'm going to use this collection, Home Plus Made by Jen Hadfield. And I had these three photos that I wanted to use of my middle son when he was about 2 years old, I believe. And these were taken on Valentine's Day. And I just thought it would be fun to kind of scrapbook these cute photos. So, okay, they're not really that cute. I just say they're cute because it's my kid, right? He's making a funny face in both of these, even though he's really happy that he got some candy for Valentine's Day. So I just thought it was funny. And also another thing about this layout, so for some reason, I printed these two photos at different times or something, and so they are two completely different colors. So for the purpose of this layout, I decided to just glue them down anyway, but I think I'm going to reprint the one that is on the right that is extremely yellow because I don't really like how yellow it is. But just for now, I'm going to just keep it down where it's at. Okay, now back to the layout. So I had a cute little bag that had this pink heart on it, and it was just a paper bag, just a decorative paper bag. And I decided to cut out the heart and use the heart on the layout just as kind of a decoration or embellishment piece. Then I had this paper that had all of these frames on it, and I decided that I would cut out this one frame and use it as my journaling piece. Now here I'm thinking maybe I'm going to use this polka dotted, it's kind of like a brownish purple, but it really clashed with the other, like the pink colors, and then also the heart already having polka dots on it. I didn't really like the two together right next to each other. So I pulled out this paper that was black and had the word love written all across it, and I really like how that looks. So I'm going to glue that down. Here I am pulling out this triangle paper, and I'm thinking that that is going to be the paper that I'm going to put down on the bottom, and I'm going to cut out some triangles from it. So here I'm just cutting it down a little bit to fit on the layout. And then here I'm just going to cut out a couple of these triangles. And I'm going to do just, I think, one or two of them on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off. And I think I only do 6 of them. I don't do all of them because obviously there wouldn't be any triangles left on the paper. So here I'm just doing another one. So if you haven't heard of the Victoria Marie Facebook group, head on over to Facebook and just type in Victoria Marie, and I'm pretty sure it'll pop up. But what happens is we are doing just weekly challenges, and I am on the design team, and this week I am working with Caddy on this sketch that you would have seen before the video started. And I found this sketch on Pinterest. I believe it was an Elle's Studio sketch. Here I am just inking the edges of all the papers just to kind of help them stand out a little bit. I'm going to ink the edge of this black paper even though you can't really see it. I just kind of felt like doing it anyway. And then I ink the edge on that little label tag thing. And here I'm just trying to position everything and figure out where exactly I want it to go. Now I'm going to start gluing everything down, and I kept this layout very simple, and I stuck to the sketch extremely well. I don't normally stick to the sketches. I usually use them as jumping off points, but for this one I just really liked this sketch, so I just decided to stick very closely to it. So here is where I decide to put that other half of that label down on the bottom, or I guess it's not a label, it's a frame. And then I'm going to glue down this triangle paper, and then I'm going to glue down the frame. And then I am going to pull out some of these, sorry, I can't think, some of these flowers. And these I decided to fussy cut out of a pattern paper that was in this collection. So I spent quite a while cutting all of these out, and I think I'm actually going to use most of these on this layout. So here I'm just kind of playing around and fussing with the placement of them and just trying to get it right and the way that I want it to look. I am going to ink the edges of all of these as well. And then I'm going to start gluing them down. So make sure that you head on over to Caddy's channel. Her channel is Caddy Miranda, and I will make sure to link down to her below. I believe she's doing a video with hers as well. But you can also find more details about our challenge on the Victoria Marie Facebook group. So we're using the sketch, but we are also using the Valentine's Day colors. So anything pink, purple, red, anything like that. We just wanted to kind of celebrate this holiday that is coming up in a few days. And so that was another part of the challenge that we wanted to kind of encourage you guys to include in your layout. So here I'm adding another one of those fussy cut out pieces. And now, let's see, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm looking through some scraps, or, oh, you know what I'm probably doing? I'm probably looking for a stamp because I know that I want to do my journaling up there in that top label, but I'm not really sure what I want to do down there in the bottom. So I'm just going through my stamps, and I decide to use this Dear Lizzie stamp, and it says, I love you lots is the one that I decide to do. So here I'm just doing my journaling, and all I say is, despite the funny faces that Brennan is making, he really enjoyed his Valentine's Day gift. And now here I'm going to work on the title. So this is part of a 2-page layout spread, I guess you could say. It's not a true double page because double pages usually kind of have a flow to them. This is what I call a companion page. So the first page is the page that says Happy Vday, and then this page is going to say for our boys, and I'm running out of letters. So here I'm kind of trying to piece together words. So I was going to say to my boys, but I didn't have a T, so I decided to say for. Then I was going to say for my boys, but I didn't have a Y, and so I decided to go with our. And I'm going to use a B and cut it down to be an R. So it does kind of look really silly, but it works out, and I mean, nobody's really going to notice because it does look like an R. It just looks like a silly R. So here's where I cut it down. And then I'm going to cut down, oh, I guess I'm going to put down the title. So the word for, I'm going to put that down. Then I'm going to put down the word our. I'm going to cut down that B as well. And then boys, I'm going to put down. And with the Y, I didn't have a Y, so I had to use a J. And then I also cut off part of another letter. I don't remember what letter it was. So I'm just kind of cutting those pieces down and making them fit, and I think it looks pretty good. I like the way that it turned out. So now here I'm just going to put away that alpha set back into the plastic. the plastic covering, and here is where I'm finally going to stamp the I love you lots phrase with my Dear Lizzie rotary stamp. So I just stamped that 3 different places on the layout, and then I'm going to put that away. I'm going to clean it off first because I'm kind of OCD about my stamps. I have to clean them off, usually right after I use them. Now here I am going to use my Tombow aqua glue, which I have in this fine line bottle. And I want to say thank you to Ronnie, and now I cannot remember who else told me this, but the other lady that commented on one of my videos and said that you can add water to your fine line bottle and it'll help make sure that you don't have to squeeze really hard, and it totally works because I was squeezing so hard and I still wasn't getting enough glue out, but then I added a little bit of water to it and it totally completely works. So now I don't have to squeeze quite so hard to get my glue to come out, and it's a lot better. Okay, so here now I'm just finishing up gluing down all of these letters. And then once I'm done with that, I think I'm pretty much done with the layout. This one only took an hour, which I guess an hour is usually around, the time that it takes to complete, but that does not include the time it took to fussy cut the flowers out, which those probably took, I don't know, half an hour maybe. But I was doing stuff and watching TV, so it didn't really bother me so much. So now here I'm just adding some drops of spray mist. I used 3 different colors. 2 of them are Heidi Shine. One of them was Patina. Oh no, so that one was a Mr. Huey's in Cameo, and then this one was a homemade pink color, and then the Heidi Shine in Patina. So that is my layout. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you have time to make a layout with this sketch that Caddy and I picked out, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day weekend. Oh, and this is both of the layouts right next to each other. I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys that. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye.